Let me tell y'all a little short story about the first time I ever seen what I guess you would call a ghost. I was maybe 8 years old at the time, and me and a friend of mine, I guess we were all grown up then, so we were riding our bikes on the road, riding around in a circle where the road splits between the road I lived on and the road that goes down into a different neighborhood. We're riding around in a circle, and this guy comes weaving past us, some guy we had never seen before. Thought it was a little odd. And, so, but us being polite, being southern, whatever, we threw up our hands, said hello. The guy just ignored us and kept going. We thought that was a little strange, but, didn't really occur to us anything special. And, so, me and him ride around circles 3 or 4 times right there in the little intersection, and we decide, in our little suburb, and we decide, that's pretty rude that the guy wouldn't at least say hello or throw up his hand, so we figured we'd chase him down and just see why he had a bad attitude, more or less. But like I said, we were 8 years old, maybe, if we were even that old, so, anyway. So, I get ahead of my friend, and I'm probably 8 or 10 bike lengths in front of him. I guess I was a little faster. And there's this little rise that you go up and you lose sight of what's in front of you for a second or two at that speed. And I could still see the guy in front of me, and he was in front of me probably 15, 20 bike lengths. But I'm kind of gaining on him, he goes over that little rise. And so I lose sight of him for a second or two. Then I hit the rise. And when I crest to the top of that rise, nobody's there. And there's only 2 ways he could have gone, left, or 3 ways. Straight, left or right. And left, you would have had to go down a big embankment down into a church parking lot. I would have seen him. If he would have went right, he would have had to go up a hill into a driveway of a house. I would have seen him. And if he kept going forward, he was so far back from the edge of the road onto the main road that I still would have seen him. And then the other guy caught up with me. He was like, "Where'd he go?" I'm like, "I don't know." And it just occurred to us both about the same time, kind of, real quick. I think we just saw a ghost. And while that doesn't have much detail behind it, we started to think about it. And there were several funny things about this kid. I would say this kid was maybe 12, 13 years old. And he was riding, he was like faded looking. His skin was a pale white. He was like purple under his eyes, almost like his eyes were bruised. His skin was really pale. His shirt was tattered and faded. His pants were faded. And he was riding an old girl's bike. It was like a pink metallic bike with the little streamers and the handlebars, if I'm not mistaken. And it had a white banana seat with a high sissy bar in the back. It was definitely a girl's bike, but it was faded too. And it occurred to me that the whole image of the guy was faded. The guy and the bicycle was faded. And when he passed us, it was as if he didn't hear us at all when we threw up our hands and said hello when we got to thinking about it. And the guy, he's just weaving back and forth on his bike, both hands on the steering wheel. And he's humming a tune to himself. Some tune I didn't recognize. But it's like he didn't see us at all. And like I said, the more I got to thinking about it, he was faded, the bike was faded, the whole image of the kid was off. And I often wonder if maybe we experienced a ripple in time. And I tried to do some research to see if a kid had ever been abducted or hit out there, anything like that. Never could find anything. This is in so it was a little small town at the time. It's a lot bigger now, but little town of Danville, Virginia. And the road was called Gilliland Drive. And the road that he came off of, I want to say it's Ashland Court, but I can't remember. I didn't live on that road. I lived off of Gilliland Drive. And there's a church right there at the end of the road, one house down, and that would have been the lot that I was talking about that he could have rode down to if he went to the left. And when we came in the house, we were all in an uproar, and my mom wanted us to go with her because at first, of course, she didn't believe us, but the more we talked about it, the more animated we got, and we were shaking, and our hair was standing up. And she wanted us to go with her. I refused to go with her. I didn't want to find the kid after that. I don't know. Something didn't feel right. Anyway, she got in the car. She went all through the neighborhood. She rode for miles in every direction looking for this kid or anybody that looked like the kid or the description of the bicycle, anything like that. Never could find anything. And I often wonder, like I said, if that kid was maybe abducted out there, maybe he was hit, like it was a hit and run, or maybe not even a hit and run. But the more I think about that kid, it was like an image. Like if you ever watch a haunting, you know, that show, and how sometimes it's not like an active haunting, but it's like the right time at the right place and something replays itself. It's kind of what I think happened. But me and Rodney, we never could figure that out, where that kid went or what happened. And yeah, it's not a very dramatic story, but that's the first time I ever saw something that was concrete proof to me that ghosts exist. And it sticks with me. Even now, when I really think about that story, my hair still stands on end. Wouldn't be the last time I saw something, but it was definitely the first time I saw something. Something I could 100% say was there 1 second. A second or two later, just evaporated. It's crazy. Well, that's the story of the first time I saw a ghost.